Well, welcome back to the Mud Shop. Today is September the 18th. I fired the kiln on Monday evening. It finished about 5:30 this Monday morning, and it's been setting for 2 days. It is now at 96 degrees. Let me click stop. All right, and we're getting ready to open and see what's inside. This is glaze fire, by the way. Right. With my new elements, it's firing a little hotter than it was, of course, before I changed the elements. But it's still not too hot. I've got my witness cones here, and according to them, I got a good cone 6. So here's my witness cones, 4, 5, and 6. So a good hot cone 6. Which is okay because all my clay and glazes are good for a cone 6. All right, I'm going to try to lift my bead tree up like it is and show you how I stack them. I see a lot of people who stack it real heavy in the middle. I even them out, space them out, and always have something on the outside of the stands. But this is my bead tree. And they usually just come right off. Sometimes I'll have one that sticks a little bit, but most of the time they come off real easy like this. So I'll unload the beads later. I'm working on a strand of beads for Christmas decorated table. All right, and speaking of Christmas, here is my lace platter. Let's see, here are my colors. This is Snapdragon. Let me put my list right there. All right, this was a lace placemat. I just put it on the clay and rolled it into it and formed after. And I just did one coat on the back, so it's covers that white a little bit. And of course I did the ruffle on the edges, kind of add to it. All right, Snapdragon. This is Mississippi poinsettia plate, and this is just believe it's coyote white. Mississippi, yeah, coyote white, and then stroke and coat color for the poinsettias on it. And I didn't show the back, but I did not glaze inside here. I do put a glaze on this in white back, so the recessed areas shine a little more. Of course, it's got a foot, so I didn't have to worry about it sticking to the shelf. All right, and one shelf up. All right, got a few little posts. GR Pottery Forms has a tree form, and I've made one already on my stand back there, but I made another Santa Claus. His cheeks and nose are a little bit more red than I like, but that's all right. You can tell it's a Santa. You see his eyes? It's just kind of hand drawn on there. And then this is how I did the back. I put the glaze on it and wipe it back, so that way it gives a little shiny finish. And these are all stroke and coat. This is Cottontail. This is Pinkaboo. And then I took the red and Pinkaboo and a little bit of white mixed together to make the lighter color, but I guess it needed a little bit less red. All right, and this is just a little kiln wash on the bottom here. Flakes off pretty good. This is a little plate that's textured on the outside, and this is, I believe this is Sapphire Flow. All right, working on my own plate stands. Here's another one. I'll use this for my Santa plate. And this is the standard 112 clay. It's got like a speckle in it, speckled buff clay. And this is Clayscapes cream with ancient jasper around the edges. And it holds the Santa plate perfectly. All right, then I have travel mug. Now this one is winter wood and copper jade. So winter wood at the bottom, copper jade at the top, and then the Mississippi is the winter wood, copper jade on the inside. You can see when you look close, it's got a lot of the copper looking, but it's also the green. So it's a little bit different than the ancient copper. It's got a little bit of the copper, but mixed in. This is a Mako. And again, my stamp. I have to clean the kiln wash off the bottom and everything. Of course, I sand everything down, smooth it out. All right, here is just a little mug, and this is, micro pearl on the bottom and opal luster. And that's Mako's micro pearl and opal luster. And I did a little flux on the rim. You see it dripped real good down in there. And on the handle. Now this handle was made with the diamond core tool. They've got the little, that you can pull a handle. All right, let me get rid of this shelf. Okay, a couple more posts. All right, and this platter is river rock and winter wood. Winter wood and river rock. Now winter wood is a Mako, river rock is Amico. And you see where they came together. You can see the little bit of swirl texture under it. The winter wood doesn't show texture too much, but the river rock did. You can see. All right, and here's the back. This is a replacement plate. This is the standard 112 speckled buff clay and Clayscapes cream. Okay, got a few. Now I did these little nativities a little different. Each one is different. Some of them I did with a green underglaze and clear on top. Of course, I did the green underglaze. I left these bare on the back. This was the blue, royal blue speedball underglaze, and then I did sky on top of it. These two are the royal blue underglaze and just clear on top, and these are a zinc-free clear. Of course, I'll tie a bow on top, and these are ornaments. All right, got two more. Now these two I dipped in the cream. This is Mako manganese wash put on them, and then wiped back, and then dipped in the cream. And these, because they were dipped, I fired them on stilts because they were glazed on both sides. And I'll sand down where the stilts touched. Put a bow in them. Christmas ornaments. All right, and one more of these little reindeer. And I just used the, this is just the bare clay and speedball red underglaze, so because it was fired flat on the shelf, and then did a clear on the top, and I'll tie a bow on it. Okay, now let's get this great big giant shelf out of here. Okay, here is my bird. Look at here. Now I did several different shades of blues on here. First I covered it in Sky, which is Amico Celadon, and then I used the different shades of stroking coats, and I started the lighter color to the darker color at the tips of the feathers. And this is my first bird, and I did the black for the feet and the nose, and I did cottontail around the eye, and then of course a little dot of the blue. So here's my first bird. Of course he is hollow. How about that? He survived. Pick up some posts. All right, let's see. I have 4 of these bed of nails with some of my beads on them. And like I said before, these beads just pop off easily, a little too easily, most of them. If they don't, you just tap it and it comes right off. Of course, I won't make you sit through all these. I'll just set these over here, take the beads off in a little bit. I made 80 beads, but all of them didn't fit in the kiln. I've got one more firing to go. All right, here are a couple more of these ornaments. This one is Snapdragon, and this one is just a green, pine green speedball underglaze and then clear. All right, now for my candle holders. I have one that does not have a lid. Now I'll put the wax, the scented wax, in a candle, make a candle out of this. These all have Mississippi. Now this one, let's see, the one with no lid, I believe this one is Purple Aster. But now this is the 112. All of these candle holders, I used the standard 112 clay because it has grog in it, and I wanted it to withstand the heat from a candle. All right, well, let's get started on these. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, this one is the Purple Aster and stroke and coat on the Magnolia. And these have lids so I can put the little instruction on the inside when I do the candle. All right, and let's look at my next one. Blue rutile. Of course, on the darker clay, it looks a little different. There are some shades of blue. I don't know if this light's going to pick it up real well. The lid shows it maybe more. These flowers on the fronts were all handmade, so they're no two exactly alike. Here's this one. Micro Jade. Micro Jade. Now you can tell that's jade. And you sure can see these specks in here. Micro Jade. And all of them, the flowers are the stroke and coats cottontail. All right, and this one, Coyote Red. Coyote Red. And cottontail. And I did do just a little dot of yellow for the center of the flower. All right, now the cotton bowls. Let's see. Micro cerulean. I like that. Micro cerulean. This is a Mako glaze. And the other one with a cotton bowl is blue rutile. Wow. Turned out green. That's the difference of the darker clay. It's a shiny, iridescent green, but it's blue rutile. Could be because it fired right at a cone 6 too. It's more blue at a cone 5. But I like it. All right, let's look at the Mississippis. Okay, they are blue rutile and micro jade. So this is the micro jade. And you can see on the texture, really shined out. Micro jade. And I left the state unglazed. I just put a clear over the top. Micro jade. Inside and out. This one is blue rutile. And it does look a little more blue than the one without the texture, where it got caught up into the texture. You can see the blue. Blue rutile. Inside and out. All right, let's get these shelves out of the way. It did get a very good hot cone 5. I don't use all 3 cones all through the kiln. I just use the cone 5, which is my target cone to make sure it reaches temperature. If it goes a little above, it's okay, as long as it reaches temperature. Everything's vitrified. Okay. Did a little bit of a balancing act here. It worked. Yep. Okay. These are napkin rings, and I had one bed of nails. I used most of my bed of nails for my beads, but then I had just these strips, and I put 2 strips together and balanced these on them. I wondered if it would work, and it did. These go with my dinnerware set to decorate a table for Christmas. I'm wanting white and gold. So this is Clayscapes cream, and ancient jasper over the cream does give it like a gold shade. So that's what I was going for. Some of them the texture showed a little more than others. Of course, I will sand them down where they were on the stilts and get that done. Set of 6. All right, toothpick holders. This is purple aster, and this is manganese wash on these little lines here where I carved the state, and then white back, and then this is Clayscapes cream, and this one is just purple aster with a little bit of flux on the top. Here is my sign. This will go on one of my plate holders for Diana's Mud Shop. I have my pieces in a store in town, and so this will be my sign. And look how flat it fired. Perfect. I did fire it on grog. I take just sprinkle a little bit of grog on the shelf. I'll have to sweep that up before I pick the shelf up. Turned out perfectly. And this is my take on trying to do the frozen pond method. Here it is. Okay. I put winter wood on it first, and then I did flux, a light flux as the big dots, and seaweed over the top of it. So it did a little bit. I know it's better to have a darker color under it, but winter wood is what I used as the base. Now winter wood is a satin finish, so it didn't shine a lot, but there you go. And this one, purple aster and light flux. So it's still, I did the dots in it, so it just gives it a little bit of a, and you can see in the center, you see all this through here. It turned out pretty. Okay, a couple more of these ornaments. This is the blue, white back, and dipped in Clayscapes cream, and this is Snapdragon. Each one of those is just a little bit different. Did a little different things on it. All right, these are all stroking coats. Little ornament. This one I did cosmic tea dust in the background. If you'll look, gives a little shimmery, glistening background, but then stroking coat. Yes, it's getting that time of year. First Saturday of October, we have the big flea market in town, and textured egg plate. And that's my biggest sale for the Christmas. Let's see. I gotta find this one. Well, I believe this one is peppered plum on here, and then light flux around the edges. And it's got a texture around the edge and solid plain in the middle, inside and out. I'm not positive on that glaze. One got away from me. It did get written down. So, textured. Oh, here it is, purple aster with flux. All right, I did have it down. All right, I'm gonna lift this one straight up. This is the one with the grog on it. Set it to the side. I will sweep it off. Down to the very bottom. All right. Last but not least, let's see. I have five of the little Mississippi ornaments. I have blues and greens and micro green. All right, and red, and here's another blue cerulean. That's the blue. What is the other one? Micro jade, micro cerulean, rainforest. There we go. And some of these, I put a little mark where we're located, right there in the corner. All right, I did, all these are cut freehand. So each one of these is a little bit different shape and all different colors. This is purple aster. This one is the manganese wash and white back, and then here's the blue. This is the sky blue all over. These will be pendants. It's called the evil eye, but it's for good luck. It's supposed to be the eye of God that watches over you. So these are different colors, and they'll go on a chain and hang kind of low. You'll see pictures of these on my website, on my Facebook site, when I get them all done. And then I did the round pendants. All of these, I put the manganese wash on it. And white back. And then this one I put cosmic tea dust on the top. And where are these? Sky and Snapdragon, Purple Aster and Rainforest. All right. Purple Aster, Rainforest. That looks like Sky. This is Snapdragon, and this is Rainforest. These are pendants. And I made them really thin so they're not real heavy. So they'll hang on a chain real well. And the very last piece, and yes, it fired flat. And yes, I had grog under it. And look how flat this thing fired. Perfect. This is charcuterie plate. And one of the toothpick holders goes with it. So this is a set. Put your toothpick holder here and you put your food on here and serve a charcuterie board. And look how huge it is. Goes, see? All right, and that is the set. Doesn't seem like a whole lot, but they were big pieces. So that is everything. I'll get the posts out. I'll get the beads off the rack and get everything, my jewelry together, get it all cleaned up and ready to go. I have a craft fair the first Saturday of October, so you'll be seeing these pieces there, plus a few other things. Have another load to fire, ready to go, and let you know when I get that done. Until then, check me out on Facebook, Diana's Mud Shop, or look at some other videos here and on YouTube. And I guess I'll see you till next time. Bye. Thank you for joining me.